It's underscore Gintu back again, and today I'm just on top of the Medellin, and here I'm just going to bring you one-on-one conversation on whatever you are just talking about, the fish farming and the vlogs of fish farming. Today, one-on-one, you are going to see the visit I have, so as you can just put some thoughts together and elaborate for us 2-3 things on the fish farming and whatever you can just implement. And are we going to make it, or we are just reluctant a bit? So one-on-one, she's just around. She can just introduce herself and can just talk about something.
Hello people, nice to see you all. My name is Rocio, Gabriela Travels on YouTube. And yes, thank you, Gintu.
Yeah, thank you. And the first question goes direct. We don't have to hesitate. We have to go one-on-one. The rate of 0 to 10. How can you rate me in terms of fish farming?
Fish farming?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm a good shot. Because I don't understand as much as you know. I think one is a little able to judge someone when you know what the other.
You have a hint about something.
I feel like I learn from you.
Okay.
But I know I learn from you, so that can be a high rate.
Okay. You know? Now you can rate. Now you can just think about. I can just talk about you are around 7. You are around 4, 2. Yeah. You know, 2 is just 0, 2. in Kenya studies, 0, 2. You are a choppy in terms of chemistry.
Yeah.
If you could just do a chemistry class and you get 0, 2, you are a choppy. You are very good in terms of that. So, in terms of that, she has talked about, even she is just new in terms of fish farming, and it's the first time she is seeing these things applicable at the field here. So I can just talk about I am a mentor for her, because she has now learned from me something. So kudos to me. One point. The second point, you can now see this fish pond we have, which is the faster and 42 meters long. And do you want the other extra 2? They are going to be construction to ongoing. It's just a little bit time, so that you can just go with the construction. So do you want them to resemble the first fish pond, or to have a unique model, so as they can now look different from the first fish, or it should now look alike to the far end?
To be honest, I think it could be fun also that it's one different from the other, you know, because I like both options, like having a connection that they can look alike, so it looks like a big one, but also it can be nice to have like one section and then the other one is, there is something different on the other one. Sure. It's a good option.
And what about the plan that I was planning about? The second fish pond should have like a fountain fall inside, or a fountain mountain inside to be constructed, and which is just temporal with the cements and everything, so as it can now attract the nature. And the third fish pond also should be made in a different way, whereby now, this is just a walking pathway, so it will now bring that beautification around the house. So, but the way we are just continuing, it's like we are just going to construct a uniform over this one. So we can just talk about, or you can just now help me to talk tomorrow, maybe about how we can just beautify it to a different model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
like in the third one.
Even the third one, even the second, they should look different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about, do you wish us to add some of the fish here, or they are now enough? And how do you wish the second fish pond to be? Because the only thing you talked about is the third fish pond, whereby she talked about she need the turtles, or the tortoise to be stocked at the third fish pond. So that one is quoted. So the second fish pond, which do you wish us to rear in the second fish pond?
I think I would like them to be all colorful fishes.
All colorful.
Yes.
We have a long way to go still. We have to go back to Kirinyaga County with Mawira. A 16 hours of travel. So, but you have, whenever we talk about the colorful, they are of different types and species, and these ones that we stocked here, just a small synopsis of what we stocked here. We have the koi carp there, which is red and whitish.
Yeah.
We have the red currant, which is totally red. We have red, we call it red goldfish. We have the silver golden, and we have the guramis and shobolkin. So the ones that are so aggressive are called the swordtail, and they are so aggressive. So I don't know if you can just like to have a swordtail here, or that one should be omitted.
No, I think that if they are aggressive, they should be omitted.
They should be omitted.
Yeah.
And what about we have the short fins, which are just dwarf in nature?
What is that?
A dwarf is a not full grown that grows big, but it's in a design that it cannot grow to an extent of a similar size.
Okay.
So they are very short, and even the tails are short, and they cannot grow further, extended body. So they have a very small body. Yeah, it's like it's resemble even the people, you know. Even there are some people who not grow so big, but they are dwarf. So even fish, they are dwarf. So
Okay.
do you like such kind of the species here?
I think also Mara would think the same about that. We would like in a future to see, because also for now we are always looking for the big ones, you know. Where
Sure.
are they? Where are they? You know,
Sure.
it's like the more attractive.
Sure.
And we are waiting for the small ones to be
grown, yeah.
grown one day. So I think it could be nice to have fishes that will grow big.
Okay.
Yes.
And the next question is about from how the audience are now speaking. They have now told me to give you a congratulation on you are so supportive, and you have been supporting most of the people around here. And how can you talk about, you know, Marwa has given us a very big platform. People are now seeing us all over the world, and even you have exploded, you know, and everyone is now linking to see what Roca Brera is just doing wherever she is. How can you just rate that one? That how are you even your fans? Yeah, is it how can you just rate that Marwa is right now?
I think it's a very wonderful experience to be part of the Marwa effect, as we all call it, right? Because he's like our big son, you know, but he teaches all, how, even me, you know, I'm included in this, how to shine by ourselves and be our own sun, you know, in our lives. So that is very beautiful. It's beautiful also having such a supported people, because probably my subscribers are also your subscribers, you know, and Kive behind the camera.
Yeah, we can just talk about we share a common audience.
We share the audience, and that's really nice to see the people is interested in each of us.
Of course, yes.
You know, so I'm very grateful actually. I feel very lucky, very blessed to be here, to be part of it, and it's really nice to see how all of the stories, your story, Kive's stories, Gitiriva, Alex, Masuo, everybody has a story, and they come here and their lives are being changed for sure, you know.
Sure.
And that's very beautiful. Even my life is changing, you know, and for good, you know, for good.
Sure.
So I feel like that's a beautiful thing that we should all appreciate. We should appreciate helping Marwa, because he's the main reason that you are here. Even the people is watching this video. So supporting him, being also an extension of an arm, you know, like you can help him also. Because here, of course, you can be how can I explain this? You can be someone that with a big influence, with a big power, but it's important to have a good team, you know. That's why I'm also I'm really, you know, you are one of the latest people being here, you know. Now that we are a small group
right now, sure.
And we are trying to make a good team. It's important to have to be a team in this, and he also needs good people that is actually supporting him, you know, that is actually working in his favor, no, not just taking advantage, you know, because we have seen this. Since I'm here, I've been seeing that, you know,
sure.
taking, and not giving anything back, or just, you know. So for sure I'm here by his eyes, being his wife, being his woman, to be the eyes of all of that. And
Of course, yes.
And yes, and I will be supporting him all the time. Every time I see someone is not helping you, you know, I don't stay silent. So because I do care. This is now my home also.
Sure.
So it's very important that we can be a support for him.
Sure.
Because you know, you know him more than me, you know.
Of course, yes.
And you know how much he can get like stressful for things that are happening daily here, but we wanna take that stress to be less, you know.
Sure.
For that we need to be a support and not someone that is annoying, you know.
Sure.
So that's like the important thing for me.
Okay. In a small synopsis, I
Yeah.
can just tell you that once upon a time I was a little bit small guy,
Yeah.
and maybe Marwa has never told you about I was a milk supplier. I ever supplied them with milk when I was a
Okay.
small boy, and he never ever knew me in that time. And sometimes they migrated from here. I lost Marwa. I never saw him again. And we came to know each other while I was having the fish ponds here in 2021, whereby I was just looking for a person who has the fish ponds there. So
Okay.
one day a guy came and just robbed my fish from just came with a hook and took some fish from my fish pond. And I made some noise, so people are constructing this fish pond. Even my Yuguno were just here, more of the people, Uncle Mo. So they came as I was now making that noise that I have a thief here. So when they came, they found that the guy was a thief. Then Ayamara told me, oh, you are the guy who has this fish pond. I never knew that you are the guy. So I am the only guy 4 kilometers diameter around this area who has only fish ponds around this area.
Wow.
So it was a unique thing. So as from there now we started communicating in 2021.
Yeah.
So that was just a by the way, a recap. And what about now? We don't have electricity since we started the party. How is that generator harming you anyhowly, or how do you feel we having the generator noise and everything, and how do you cope up with that?
I see a lot of injustice in this, you know,
Sure.
to see that from certain moments, it's not just here, it's the almost all this side of the villa doesn't
Sure.
have electricity because maybe someone is being successful, you know, so they're
Okay,
trying
okay.
to
Maybe they
sabotage
can put
some-
their politics inside, you know.
Yes, and asking for a lot of money and things like this that it doesn't make any sense. So, at least we are very lucky to have a generator. You know? We are blessed to have a generator.
It's not
Yes.
like others who might be using, even if we can just talk about implementing solars, they
Yeah.
cannot resemble a generator, and a generator cannot resemble electricity.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
but it's better than anything, you know.
Sure.
It's better than nothing also. So, even though, you know, sometimes people is trying to make you fall down, you know, but at the same time, we have a generator, you know. Nobody will stop us.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody
We
will
have
stop
whatever we have at hand. That's why they
Exactly,
talk about
yeah.
if you know, you can just have an alternative. Alternative is anything at your fingertips.
Yes,
What can
yes.
just help you? Always they talk about use the local material you have, that you have, not that you can just depend from someone else. And the next question is, from here, where are you now heading to from here? Are you going to get a tour in Africa, or you are going back to
No, we're gonna start traveling Africa.
Africa
very
first?
soon. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Can you rate for us which country is more for you as a visitor now?
So I haven't started traveling yet,
Okay.
so I don't know. I don't know.
But here you are in Africa.
Yes.
Right now you know most of the GDP in some countries and the politics in some countries and how the countries are driven and which kind of presidency are just there, and how do they determine with other people. So you can just rate to us that I want to go to Tanzania because their politics somehow low. They have a uniform of they can just have a welcoming mood. So which kind of country, maybe in East Africa, or you are going to start with the West Africa or South Africa there?
So we don't have the plans yet. Where are we starting? But we're gonna do from Central Africa to South Africa.
Yeah.
And actually, I never check on the politics stuff when it means I want to travel to this country because I like the president. That's not my case. What I do select is I want to go to this country because it has this nature environment, for example. So the nature, it's what I'm always looking forward to see in a place. And a big dream for me is to see baobab trees. So Madagascar. I know in Kenya we have Kenyan baobab.
Baobab, they're there.
I haven't seen any yet, so I'm excited.
You want to see a baobab? Oh, what I have is an Meru oak. A baobab, I don't have it.
But an oak?
Yeah, I have a Meru
Big
oak.
one? Big
Yeah,
one?
very big one, and it's my home.
In your home?
Yeah, in Nyabuanse. I have Meru oak.
Really?
Yeah, it's an
big,
old.
big.
I was born, I found it there.
Wow.
And how big it is,
Yeah.
you know, now it has a background. The background is big,
Yeah.
but whenever it grows and talk about aged, talk about old tree, it falls down. Then another one applies.
Okay.
So that's how they operate. But we have which is more than 50 years and above. I was born, my father talked about this tree is the tree that I saw here and I put it here my home. So that tree was just like a mentor of my father to place a home around it because it's around the environment. It's very old. Have you ever seen it?
No.
And sometimes it sheds some leaves totally. It doesn't have any leaves summer. We call about the hot seasons.
Yes.
But the wet season like this way, it's full of leaves. Yeah, it's very healthy. And those are just the indigenous trees we have. And even here at marwa, we have more of the indigenous trees here. So that's why we can just talk about how can you now, it's another question maybe, how do you see these kind of indigenous trees? Are they good for the nature, or we can just get the artificial ones so as we can just replace them?
No.
They are good.
No way.
But you talk about we have some bats here. Bats? Do you know bats?
Yes, I know. They are spoiling the house, for sure.
But the bats are just living onto these trees.
I know. We need to find a way, but
how to chase them, eh?
How to chase them?
Or the solution is just tiling all the villa.
No. There's no way that, like, one of the things that we defend the most in this place is trees.
By the way, trees, yeah?
They say when you have rats in your house, you can't burn the house.
Okay.
You find a way to kill the rats.
By the way,
so you can't burn the house.
Exactly.
So you can't cut the trees.
So okay, Kibe is talking behind the camera, and we can just ask him a question a little bit. That how do you want us to handle that case of bats?
We can find methods on which methods of chasing
Which
them.
kind of method?
Probably
because we have tried
pesticides.
using trees so as we can just hit
No,
them.
that's not
zero.
not possible.
No, we keep on coming back.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to find a solution. We will.
Maybe a pesticide, maybe things like smoke, some kind of smoke that can chase
Smoke,
them
and
away.
we have some bees here. You bring
Then
this stuff.
I don't know, bro. We just research.
You want to bring chaos.
Research your own part and bring the results. Everybody
Okay,
research.
it's like the way I can just ask a question. Do you know how many animals do we have in this compound?
Oh, I never counted, but we have. Okay,
Not the number of each species, but how many species do we have?
Yeah.
We have one.
I never counted, but we have fishes.
We have fishes.
Yes.
Number two.
We have goats.
We have goats. Three.
We have sheep.
We have sheep. By the way, there are three. Number four.
We have cows.
We have cows. Number five.
We have rabbits.
Rabbits. Number six.
Pigeons.
Pigeons. Number seven.
We have guinea fowl.
Number eight.
Number 8.
Bats.
Birds. And bats. Number 9.
Number 9.
Bats. We have bats.
Number 10.
People.
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 We are part of the animals
We
that
are
just
part
around.
of the wild.
And all of those stuffs are depending from marwa. You know that?
Yeah, he take care
He's an awesome guy. Maro, you are an awesome guy, ever possible, because you are the one hosting more of the animals ever just land. And we have just omitted one. We have tortoise here.
Tortoise.
Also, they
Yes.
depend from his pocket because they have to be fed.
True,
You know,
true.
yeah. And we have other small organisms that we cannot talk about, which are just get their food in terms of decomposition of other materials.
Yeah.
And as far as everything is concerned, maybe you can just talk your last words, maybe to the channel. Tell your people, the audience, we share the common audience, on how do you feel this environment and how are you coping up with the environment?
Yeah. No, I'm very happy how I'm seeing the progress of this house also. The fish pond is looking beautiful. It's very nice. Like actually, where we are right now, Kiva, you can show them if you want. We are at the rooftop right now of the house, and it's one of my favorite spots to come. Very high, the highest pond in the house, to come and see the fish pond from here.
Now that one is that's what we call an aerial view.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I love that from here I can see all the large of the fish pond to see, and it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. We're having a lot of changes in the house, and we still have a long process, but I love it. We are living in a beautiful environment around green all around us. Also, it's not like a city that you see high buildings and you cannot see the sky. The sky here is open, it's beautiful. So thank you everybody for supporting.
It's underscore Gintu.
My channel is Rock Cabrera Travels. If you don't follow me, you can go support me. I also have a music channel. I'm a singer, and it's Rock Cabrera Music. And yeah, thank you so much for the support, for watching this video. Subscribe, like it, leave a comment also. Yeah, thank you.
Guys, this was an incredible speech from her, and I'm just going to leave her with a very common question. Maybe we have ever been into it, because I can just impose it. You talked about you have never touched Lake Victoria. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You talked about you have never touched even the water, so we had to go for both racing and all the experience unto the Lake Victoria, and something went wrong, abrupt.
Yeah.
So due to unconditional circumstances, we had to come back without us going to.
Yeah.
So do you wish to go back to Lake Victoria?
Yeah, for sure.
Once upon a time?
I love lakes. I love lakes. I love water, you know.
So guys, that question was more proportionally, so as I can now know which country she is gonna go the first. So any country around Lake Victoria is the hotspot. She might be there. So thank you very much, and it's just a pleasure to be with her here. And other things are now making shape, guys, and we shall meet again and again and again. Thank you, Kibe, who is just behind the camera.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why not Kibe? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right.
It has a lot. What's up, guys? It's Maro here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm with Gintu behind the camera.
Sure.
Let me show the face.
I'm around.
Yes, and I'm with a fish. Are you a fish technician or
Fish expert,
fish expert?
Yeah.
Fish farming expert.
and agriculture value chains.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So your name is?
My name is Duncan.
Duncan. CJ.
Yes.
Yes.
I've been in the sector for long.
Okay.
And I've been working with grassroots farmers.
Okay.
So that we can help them to come up with various units.
Yes.
That can accommodate fish farming.
Wow.
For different objectives.
So you're a professional in this field?
Yes, I'm an aquaculture professional.
So anybody who wants his service, guys, you know,
yes.
maybe later he'll put his number here and you can contact him.
Sure. Yes, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've checked this fish pond. We can walk. We can walk.
Can walk around.
I'm very happy that I'm able to see the ground, the surface, because our idea is to.
Yeah, it's the day they were just, you know, he never put some cement here.
What has happened here?
And somebody stepped, yeah.
Then it went all of it down.
Yeah, sure.
So tomorrow you'll fix this.
Yeah.
You look for cement,
And
put it all, then ubane tu hapa.
Sure.
and it will align.
And that one too.
Also, this one is the same.
Yeah.
Hey, no, actually the idea is don't step on this thing.
Sure.
Because what happens, you see, like here, they didn't fill up.
Even this one is somehow cracking.
Yes, because when you step on it and
Yeah.
there's this hole,
Yeah.
the space, it will surely break.
Meaning that the people who are just doing this are not doing it perfectly, you know?
No, they are coming on Friday. Actually, don't fix this one.
Yeah.
Let me wait for them.
Okay.
They are coming on Friday in 2 days. Hey, there is some algae here. What is the cause of algae? Is it because the water is stagnant or what's going on?
Yeah, algae
Yes.
normally arise due to the water fertility.
Okay.
When water is fertile,
Yeah.
obviously algae will bloom.
Okay.
So we are going to come up with a way in which to reduce
Yeah.
the growth of algae.
But he was telling me that that algae is good for fish to eat.
Of course, it is good for a fish to eat,
Yeah.
but now it also depends with the objective of this.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. If we want to do commercial fish farming,
Yes.
we may not need algae per se.
Okay.
Yeah. If we
Actually,
want,
I think the water is turning green, or it's the algae giving the water the color.
it is the water that
Okay.
will give water the. It is algae that will give water the green color.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But you know, this water is flowing. But actually, you can see right there that algae is already coming on the other side.
Yes.
Okay. Look, the fish are here. Wow. Wow.
They are so beautiful.
They are
Can
here.
see. Yeah.
They are all here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They are here.
So for the aesthetic value, now that we want to use this one here for aesthetic value,
Yeah.
we want it to be clear,
Yes, that's actually what we want.
so that when the people come,
They can actually see, not to look for fish. I want people to see the fish.
So
You know, somebody told me if I put a copper wire here, not somebody, I checked this online. If you put a copper wire, it will stop the algae from growing. Just a regular copper wire, and I have a very long one, but I want to do some research this weekend about it.
yeah,
Look, the fishes are here.
for sure.
Yes. Somebody told me actually if you put copper wire, there's some magic between copper wire and algae. They never get along.
Yeah.
So even I wanted we try it,
Yes.
but my girl told me, my partner here, she told me don't put that before we are 100% sure.
Sure.
Yes.
We can do maybe a bit more of research on that.
Okay.
So
Or
that
we can even separate. We can put those copper wire maybe a section of the
then we
pool.
can try and
Yes.
see how
The reaction,
it
eh?
works
Yes.
before putting it
The entire.
in the entire place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. You need to be careful at
Sure.
the back.
Sure.
You know, I saw also fishes in the you know the water. There is that.
A small pond down there.
Yes, I saw fish there.
I told
But very
I told Githriba, there's a day they told me they wanted an acknowledgement from me so that they can just fish from my farm so that they can now make a content, and I told them whenever you fish, come and deposit at the far end pond. So I don't know if they are the guys who
No, I saw
deposited.
very tiny ones.
The small one,
I
those are frogs.
No. Actually, they are frogs.
Those are toads.
The young ones of the frogs also.
Yeah, because
They look
because
like fingerlings.
I saw the things like
Tadpoles, eh?
yeah, I saw like the ones which are here. Keep the hell very well. Yeah, this water has to be clean. They are right there. You know the farthest end it's keep and we decided to be not visible.
Sure.
So that if there is any attack, the fish can escape to that point.
Yeah.
But I've seen even many fish are here now. They have moved to this part.
Sure.
And again too,
Yeah.
this water is becoming too, I don't know, we need to decide on how, either we build this place up.
Yeah, it's just this place to be built up.
So
Then
this
we
water
just
will try to go.
yeah. Then here we heap some stones and some
yeah. So
it will look like that far end from that far end.
Okay.
Because this is just an extra water and you can now see where the fish pond reaches, and so whenever it touches onto that, so it comes back.
That's
to
the
this
level.
area. Yeah, that's the level of this water.
There are a lot of fish here. I've seen
Yeah,
some.
there are some inside here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, now my concern is I want to make sure the water is always clean.
So Ayamarwa,
Yes.
the point I was just trying to put in place is
Yeah.
I've now brought this man here,
Expert.
expert,
Yes.
so as we can now talk about we want these extra 2 fish ponds around this area, which
Yeah.
are now the segmented, which are just vertically down there.
Yes.
So as
Those
they
ones,
can,
yes.
yeah, those ones there. So as they can now look different from this one. So as we don't have a uniform fish ponds here. So as maybe the second fish pond we shall have a fountain fall inside maybe, or something like that. So as we bring the nature of this area and always the nature of where they can now go and sheep and always hide, something
Okay, the
like
idea
that.
of that
Yeah.
is I buy it, but it has to be on its own. Like if there's a fountain,
Yeah,
you guys should come up with a way that it should run itself.
sure.
In other words, is maybe through gravity there will be fountain.
Yeah.
Because one thing I'm really trying to push this home into is to have a pure independent run.
Sure.
I want off the grid. I don't want even to use
Machines.
like I don't want to use machines. You see, like right now, somebody stole my machine from there. Though we caught him with CCTVs.
Yeah.
But you still even as we speak, the home still runs itself without that machine.
Sure.
Because that also could mean the machine has spoiled. But how can the home survive without, you know?
Yeah.
So in this case, I'm trying to come up with ways that can self-sustainable. For example, this water, I don't pump it in. I don't pump
it
it
is
out.
flowing by
It's
gravity.
flowing by gravity on its own naturally.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to push the agenda of this house and the compound. Like, even if I'm not around, things will run. If I'm still around, things will still run. Like, there's no effect. It's like when you have a government,
Yes.
not a government, a country. Either the president is there or not there,
Country run.
the country has to run.
Sure.
No matter what, there will be electricity, but unless there is anarchy and there's no rule of law, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's what I'm trying to encourage, because, you know, having somebody work for you is okay. But some people only work for you when you are there. The day you'll move out and they know you are so far away, maybe the fish will not even be fed or something like that. So that is my concern. I want to have a type of environment that really does not depend on something to run it. Yes. So if you guys come with a fountain, then that fountain should run itself in one way or the other.
Sure.
Yes, if there's no electricity, we should have the fountain working. If there's electricity, the fountain should run. Actually, that is my biggest.
Like, okay, for the fountain,
Yeah.
because you know that water has to come up, then it goes down.
Yes.
You know, now it will fall on the lower side
Yes.
in the fountain. Then something has to push it up again.
Yes.
What if you consider going green using solar?
Solar. Yeah.
Solar
We
energy.
right now the person you saw coming in the house is a solar expert.
Yeah.
He's here to study the home, and we go solar. And even the fountain, I don't know how big the fountain is. You see, we have pipes over here.
Yes.
For example, this pipe will be taking water, overflow water to the next fish pond.
Unless
Yeah.
you set the fountain so that the water comes from up here, that goes in,
Into the pipe,
but after falling,
it goes.
the water continues. It doesn't have to come back. But
Yeah,
if-
yeah.
But if the water has to come back,
Okay, that has to be used power.
then you have to use power to push
Yes.
it up.
No, me, I'm okay with the water falling.
Yeah. So it
Yes.
we put it in such a way that the water
Comes in and comes like it's like a tap, an
Yeah.
open tap.
it falls.
Then back to this the
Once
pond.
it falls,
Yes.
it can continue and
Okay.
goes maybe
And-
to,
and-
to
and-
the other farm.
So you are an expert of fish pond or fountain. I want to know that.
I'm an aquaculture expert.
Okay. So aqua means you deal with water.
I deal with water and
Yes.
fish. Aquaculture means farming underwater.
Okay.
Yeah. Both,
So and where does
both plants and animals.
where does the expert of building a fountain comes in?
Well, you know, when putting up aquaculture structures,
Yeah.
you have to involve the process of constructions, of which
Okay.
maybe you have to engage in. We envisage maybe the different types of facilities that we need to use
Okay.
based on the interest. But now here we may have to look for someone who is now dealing with
Yeah, because I have a friend. He's one of the guys who watches my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
He's, I think, Germany or France. I think he's in Germany. He's black,
Yeah.
but he deals with a lot of sculptures. And he has suggested he needs to send me a very beautiful sculpture here, which is also in the form of fountain.
Oh yes.
So maybe what I will do now, I wanted to know your expertise when it comes to fountain positioning and creation, because if you deal with that, then I can link you up with this friend of mine,
Yes.
and you say you are sent by Marwa.
Yeah.
Then you guys can discuss and come up with, if you are an expert into fountain creation,
Yes.
because you know there are people who really do fountains. There are people who design parks and stuff. Yes.
Well, in the past, I've established farms.
Yeah.
I've designed farms based on mostly the ones that uses gravity.
Okay.
But when it comes to the fountain, the one that we have done in the past is the one that uses
Electricity.
to push it.
Yeah.
To push it, electricity or power, any source of power,
Yeah.
is just to push to pump the water up.
Yeah. That one I will not be going. I will not be choosing that.
So
Yes.
based on the location of the water,
Yeah.
or if you can have like an overhead.
Yeah, like here it can actually work.
Yeah.
You know why? You see the other fish pond is on the lower
On the
level.
lower, yes.
So all this water can be pressed that the only exit goes to the fountain.
Sure.
Then when it goes to the fountain, it falls back to the
To the ground.
The entire fish pond.
to the fish pond.
Yeah.
Then now from there, that fish pond can have a normal outlet which
Yes.
pushes that water.
Actually,
and that
is
can
what
be
I'm saying.
yes. And that can be all the water this way, and that fish pond. We can have now the fountain on the last
on the lower end.
on the lower end.
Yes.
At the same time, I plan to build a swimming pool here.
Yeah.
So also during the swimming pool, we have to create jacuzzis. I think those will come. But I'm still into the idea of having a home that runs itself. You know, I've seen homes where rich people, the day they die, for example, everything becomes
Static.
dead.
Yeah.
Dead grass, dead trees. It's like a bush. I don't want to have a home like that. I want a home that I'm in America,
Yeah.
and they're not calling me saying the pump that pumps the fountain has failed, because that is stress. You know, I'm a mix of a minimalistic guy. I'm a guy who does not believe in having too much,
Oh, yes.
but at the same time, with the blessing that has come, I'm trying to balance between being a minimalistic person and also owning stuff that will not again come back as a headache.
Yeah.
You know, I realize like right now I have 2 generators. The reason to that is because when I bought my first generator, so big, so massive, now it has failed. Now I'm crying, oh, my big generator, my big generator. But 2 years ago, I didn't have that stress of, oh, my generator, oh, my generator. So I'm really trying to minimize those type of, oh, you know, this, oh, no.
Yes.
Even if I have money, I don't want to be in those type of state.
Yes.
You know, I want like we have more natural oriented system that with marwa, with no marwa, it runs.
I
Yes.
get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get the idea.
Yeah.
So we really have to put our heads together
Yeah.
and see how.
Yeah, you
best
can come with a very good idea. And I'm not a guy who is into show off. Like it has to be super. We just need something that, let's say that waterfall, we want something that can be calm. Maybe you want to sit there and feel the water flowing and it
Yes.
calms you.
Yes.
Yes. That is the idea.
Okay, guys, it was just a pleasure for meeting Ro and to this area, and we have just put our thoughts together, 2-3 things, and everything is now making shape, and that's where we are now heading to, so as we can just make things possible from this area. Hence, you have now heard some of the things and the questions that have never been asked to her, so as what she is now thinking and how she's gonna cope up with this life and how everything will just be moving on and on. So guys, it's it's just a pleasure to just you watching my videos, and I'm just going to give you more exclusive videos of fish farming and vlogs also to the professionalism and also the people who are just having so high hype onto this area, so as they can just teach us 2-3 things on what to do. So at this area, it's just a rooftop, and you can now see the environment of this marwa area and how it looks like. This is how the area is at this rooftop at this area, but my fish pond are there at that far end, so it cannot view up to that section. But this area is more of green, and you can now experience the vibe of this area. Also, Mayugun is just behind this scene. I can just show you where Mayuguno lives. You can now see the house. It's where Mayuguno lives, guys. There. That's where Mayuguno lives, that far end. So it's not far from here, guys, whenever you are just on this rooftop. But most of the YouTubers are coming to just invest around this area because it's so unique by now. And that is the moment we need people to embrace, and this is the good moment ever possible. So guys, it's a pleasure to be in this channel, and you are just watching it until the far end. And most of the people have been just asking about how are we just going to cope up with everything, and we have just analyzed them with the raw cabrella and to this channel. So guys, it's a pleasure to be hosting such a kind of the celeb and to this area. So guys, it's a good moment whenever we are just going to uptake. This day is now ending, and that's how this fish pond looks like. Look at how nature of this fish pond is, and to that far end of this area. So it's one of the good moment ever possible to look from the aerial view towards that downer level of the fish pond. So this is just the second fish pond. Construction is just going to cop up very soon, and that's where now the third fish pond at that segment, last segment it is. And that far end we have that's an emergency well, whereby we can just talk about whenever we have a reluctant of water, or water is not full onto this area, or we have a challenge of water, you can just use that well as an alternative. So you can now see even there is water inside, and that's where the machine was now stolen a little bit some days ago. And everything now here is at the shape, and everybody is just relaxed, and the environment is very cool, but the generator is somehow making some noise because it's just at top of the tower. So guys, thank you very much for you just watching my videos and just liking and also commenting the positive vibes. We can just continue together as Team Marwa. Thank you guys. Kudos next time.